Hello everyone. I hope you're all enjoying your learning on Python. By now you would have practiced all the examples that are given in module 1, 2 and 3. Right? Let's go to the next module on dictionary and array module. Okay. So just a quick recap of what are the things we learned on the data types. So we learned about strings, then numbers. In numbers, we learned about integer, float, boolean, and complex numbers, right? And we also learned in the last module about list, tuple, set, and also about the range. We learned about it, right? Okay. In the current module, let's learn about dictionary and array module. Okay. As we did it in the last module, we will continue to use the online Python editor from W3 Schools. Okay, so you can click on this editor and for the rest of the session, and so that you'll be able to practice in the online editor itself. Okay, so before we begin our session, let's here is the quote from Steve Jobs: "Focus and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains." Right? So you need to focus, a strong focus on whatever the work on hand, and also our ability to make things as simple as possible instead of developing complex programming logics. So focus more of how to make it as simple as possible. Okay, so these are the two key things maybe you can find out in many of the Apple products. Okay, with that thought, let's start with the dictionary. So dictionary, the word itself very straightforward, right? You can easily find, for example, what do you know about dictionary? When you look into a dictionary, you look for a particular word and then you try to find the meaning of that word. All right. That means the each and every word which are there in the alphabetical order. Okay. So and for that word, you are easily reaching out to that and then finding out what is the meaning of the word. All right. So the same way that each word is considered to be a key, and the meaning of that word is nothing but your value, right? So that is why the dictionary data type is always associated with key value pair. Okay, so what is that key value pair? Let's try to understand with a simple example. For example, we have fruits. Okay, so one of the example for fruit, I mean, you are asking only one value. There is apple, is the one value you are giving to that. And you have vegetables. You are giving one value as potato. And you have dairy products. Okay, dairy, just one value assigned to it. It is called milk. And then pulses, you are assigning a value oats, right? That means you are giving only one single value to each of the key. Okay, so that is why it's called keys with single value pair. Okay, so let's take the example of keys with multiple values. For example, I'm having a queue as fruits, and then I'll hold apple, banana, orange. That's what I'm just doing it here. Okay, and I have another key that is vegetables, which has potato and tomato, right? And then we have dairy. So wherein you have milk, I mean the dairy products, milk, curd, ghee, butter, like that you'll be having it. Then the last one you have pulses. Again you have only one item, oats. Okay. So if you see it here, one key can hold multiple values. Okay. So interestingly, we all learnt about list, set, and tuple in the previous sessions, right? So you can have in a single dictionary, you can have, this key value pair as a list, or it can be as a set, or it can be as a tuple. Also, we can see it here. Let's try to understand these things with an example. Okay, of course. So, I mean, this is one of the data type, right? Like, say, I mean, list, tuple, set, dictionary also one of the data types. That means you are creating a variable called eatables, and that eatables is a variable as the key value pair. So we'll see with an example, you'll understand it now. Okay. So here you can see it here now. Whatever we see in the previous slide, you can see now. Eatable is the variable. I'm just creating it here. You see it here. I'm just creating a key called fruits and apple. Similarly, vegetable, potato, dairy, and milk. Pulses, what? So you are assigning single value to each of the key. I mean, the fruits, vegetables, dairy, pulses are called as keys, and these are apple, potato, milk, and words. These are all called as values, right? And here, if you see it here, I'm just putting it, the dictionary is represented with a flower bracket, right? You can see it here, right? Okay, so now let's take the multiple values, keys with multiple values. So again, referring back to the table, you'll see that I'm just giving eatables as one variable, and I'm just giving fruits. The fruits contains apple, banana, and orange. So, but you see it here, I'm just putting it inside a list. That means fruits carries a list of values. Okay, and vegetables. And here I'm just giving potato and tomato. By now you know what is this symbol indicates. It is a set, right? So the set. And then you have dairy. So here dairy, if you can see, milk, curd, ghee, and butter. But you see it here, I'm just putting it inside a tuple, right? So I can have this combination. I can have everything as the list, or I can have the different combination based on my need. But only thing you need to understand is that you have a opening as a flower bracket and closing flower bracket. Okay, and how does Python understand that? So because when you do that one, if you start with a key value pair, then it automatically identify the data type as dictionary. Okay. Anyway, we will be doing all of them. So for example, here you are seeing a list. I just created it here in like this. And similarly, set I created it here. Okay. Now what I can do is, this is the key. This value itself, I can make it as a one more variable. For example, I just give fruits, apple, banana, and orange is there. Okay, apple, banana, orange. I'm just creating a variable. So that means here the fruits is a variable which takes care of the list of items. And you can set up items, potato and tomato, vegetables, it's taking care. Dairy, the all the kind with the tuple you are seeing it here. So now these are all the now individual variables. So you can see it here. I mean, I can assign for a key, I can assign a variable also, right? Right? When you say fruits, what it means, again, it's referring to this. That means they both are one and the same, right? Okay. So this is the way also I can do that one. Typically, this method will be always preferred so that your code will look simple and easy readable. A developer will get confused. What is that we are writing? So you are just creating individual variables, and those things you are just putting it inside itself. It will be easier for you, right? I hope is it clear to you what is a keys with a single value and keys with multiple values, right? Okay. Now, like how we learned the key characteristics of, I mean, the list, set, and tuple. The same way we can learn. Let's learn the key characteristics of the dictionary. And if you're having seen, just looking at that previous one, you know that. So it always have key value pairs. That means unique keys associated with their values. That means you cannot have a key with the same name. That means I cannot have, for example, inside eatables, fruits I defined this one. I cannot have one more key as a fruit. That means each and every key is unique. Okay, that is what important to know. And then unordered collection, that means maintains insertion order as of in Python 3.7, what happens is it is maintaining the insertion order as it is, but now it can take the, it is also holding a index value to that, so you'll be able to get that one also. We will see that one example also. Okay. Until Python 3.7, you cannot index and get it. Now we'll be able to get that one. So we'll see with an example as well. And then it is mutable. That means it can be, once you create it, you can also edit it. For example, what we know that what is mutable, you can change the values, right? So that means I can put fruits and I can add additional vegetables into this. Or I can even have one more key into this. For example, fruits, vegetables, dairy is there. I can have one more key as key value pair as, say for example, pulses. I can add it and then do, right? That is what mutable. I can add, I can delete. If I'm able to do that one, it is mutable. Okay. And then keys are immutable. That is more important. That means the key names whatever you used, so you cannot modify that. It is understandable, right? And then fast lookups. For example, I mean, average 0 1 time complexity of lookups, insertion and deletion. That's what it happens. What it means is that average O1 times complexity means an operation is said to have 0 1 time complexity if it takes the same amount of time to execute, regardless of the size of the input, whatever may be the input size, it takes 0 1 time complexity loops. That's what it is. Okay. And then dynamic, where you can grow and shrink the size as needed, right? That way we have seen that one. I can add a key value pair as per with the pulses. I can just create it. I can increase that. Or if I want to remove fruits, I can remove that. Okay, so that way it can be increase or grow. And then heterogeneous values. Okay, we have already seen we can use a list. I can have tuple and I can have um, a set or whatever the combination I just want to make use of it, I'm allowed to do that one, right? So that is what you need to understand. These key characteristics are very, very important for the remaining exercises, whatever we are doing it. Okay, hope you are able to follow me, right? Now let's start with a simple example like fruits. I'm creating a variable called x, and for that variable, I'm just creating key value pair, fruits as the key, vegetables as a key and dairy, and then assigning a value apple, potato, and milk. That's what I'm just doing it here. Right now, all that we'll be trying to do is, if you look at it, all these things, I'm just repeating whatever we have done with the list, tuple, and set also, right? So I'm just trying to see what is the result it will give it to me. Okay, you will find all of them. And when is, I mean, let's directly take the next, with an example so that we can easily follow all of them, right? Okay. So now I'm just copying this. So now let's declare the variable x with fruits, vegetables, and potato and dairy products. Okay. So now I'm just let me do the printing part. Okay, which normally we do, right? I'm just giving print. Let's see what it is giving it. So you can just see fruits, apple, the same result you'll be getting that here. Okay. And then so just the length, right? How many items are there? What is the length? In case of string, how many characters it means? Okay, right? We would have seen. So now I'm just putting it here. What is the length of it? Okay, so let me run it. So length is 3. That means there are 3 items. Three key value pairs, I can simply say 3 key value pairs are available. Okay, and then type. What is the type? Obviously, it should written as dictionary, right? So let us see. So Python, how does it understand that the type? Because it starts with the square bracket, the flower bracket. So that means when you look at this, what happens? So it is a difference between you will find a set or dictionary, right? But immediately you are starting with the key value pair here. So that means the Python understand that it is of type dictionary. Right? That's what it is printing. Okay. And here now whether it is index it is supporting or not. Now let's see here. What is the index of this product? I mean index of dairy. The dairy is here, right? Ideally, what we will be thinking it is zero, first item. The second one is one is the vegetable and dairy is two. That's what we'll be looking at it, right? Let us run and see. So it says dictionary object has no attribute index. Okay, so that is what it is saying that. Okay, and so now count. You just try to do that one. How many counts you can do? Because here you all know that because the key can be only unique. When it is unique, so the count doesn't have any value to that because there is nothing but equal. I mean, the length itself will be answering you, right? So for even if you try to say how much is dairy is available, where dairy cannot exist multiple times. So obviously this will not support, right? You will not find that. Okay. Now let's get into the next one. So now the same example. So let us look at the index position from left. Okay. So can we do the index position from left? For example, print x of 2. That means our understanding is that it is 0, 1, 2. That's what we are understanding it. All right. Whether it works or not, how do we know? So let us run and see. What does it say? Key error because we cannot give it as thing. Okay. So that's why it is saying you cannot use this option. Then how do I get it? Okay. So now I can always get it by giving the key name. So now let me try print x as variable and you give the name of the key, the vegetable name. Okay, I'm just giving the variable the key name. Then I'm trying to find what is it the value it is holding. So now you can see it here, it is holding potato. Right? So it returns to me. Okay. Similarly, the other way also you can use, I mean x of this value also you can ask, or you can just directly get x of get also you can use that. So both the methods result in return one and the same. You can just see it here. X get vegetables. If you ask also, it will give you the same thing. Okay. So the two different methods. Sometimes the interviews they will give both. Which one is true? So here both are true. Okay. I hope you are able to follow up to this. Okay. Now next, let's complete. Try to do insertion. How to do insert, update, or removal part of it. Right. That's how we do it normally. Right. So let's try. Let me create the same thing. I mean, let me have the same example x variable only. So now I just want to insert it. To insert it, what you need? So you apply your common sense. For example, I just want to add one more key value pair. That means I need to give the name of the key and also I need to give the value of that one. Right? What is the name? So x of the name of the key I can give. So key is nothing but pulses. And what is the value for that is words. So that's what I'm just giving it here now. And then just say run. You will see that here the pulses also getting added there. You're able to see now pulses also getting added here. Okay. Right. Now I have the key here. Okay. So now let me do the second one. Suppose I just want to update it. Okay. What I'll do is now what is I just want to update vegetable. What is already there? Potato is already available. So I just want to update it as tomato. Then you know what is that? How do you common sense again apply? I need to give the key value only. For that key value, I need to change that value. So that means what? X of x of that, you just take vegetable, and then you just, what is the value you want to update, you just give it here. Now you see, we can find that one now. Okay, you can see now the vegetable from potato, it got changed to tomato. Are you getting it here? And here, if you see it here, the syntax for, I'm just showing you once again so that you can understand that very well. When I'm saying here, for example, if you see here, when I say pulses equal to oats, I'm giving it here. Here X vegetable equal to tomato, I'm giving it here. But are there any change in the syntax? No. But here, since the pulses key is not available here, it adds it. Here, vegetable key is already available here, so it updates it. Okay, so that means there is no separate syntaxes for inserting and updating. Okay, I hope you are able to follow now. Okay, and the next step, so removal part of it. Suppose I'm interested to remove now the vegetable part. Okay, so the removal, the multiple way we can do, we have learned, right? Either using delete option or using the, or by using pop option, right? So let's try with the delete. What I'm doing is delete. Which one? X of vegetables I want to delete. That X of vegetable. X of vegetable means when the moment I say the key, so that complete thing will get deleted now. So let us see now. You look at the third one. You see that here the vegetable part tomato which is there, it is missing now. Are you getting it here? That's what the output you are seeing it here. Okay. So now let's look at pop. So what you know by pop? Pop is nothing but it always removes the last item. Okay. But in case of dictionary, this will not be happening. Let's look at it. So let's try it now. You can see it here. So pop, at least one argument you need to specify it here. Okay. That means I cannot, it will not remove the last element. Okay. But I can just give, instead of delete, I can just give pop day, the pop-up variable, I can just give that one. For example, here x dot pop, and then what is the name of the key? That is a daily. So when I do that one, because it knows that this one I need to remove it. So when you run it, it will remove that. You can see it here now. You will not find the daily product, right? Pop, is it clear now? And removing all the items. Okay, suppose I want to remove the entire content in this variable. So then what we'll do? Print x dot clear. Right? I think as we discussed in the last session, I just want to mention here that x is the variable name dot, when you say, and then followed by you are doing the method. There are so many methods for that variable you can do. So clear method you are putting it, then that means it is calling that. Now you see there is no value will be there in x. Okay. Okay. So now let's get into the next exercise. So we learned many things, right? So in putting the things in order, right? Sorting part. So we know that the two double colons minus one means reversal, or dot reverse we can do, or x dot sort we can do, or x dot sort reverse equal to true. Okay, so that means descending order. And in fact, in the key value pair, there is no index values are associated with that, and you will not be able to sort it. Okay, all right. So that's why these all things are not supported. So what is the stage? I'll just do it for only one, and the remaining thing I request you to experiment it by yourself. Okay. So now let's keep the same example, and let us try to do this. whether it will put the things in the reverse order or not. Okay, now let me say run. You'll see unable to the slicing option, it will not allow you to do, right? So this is one of the things you can see it here. And also sorting also, let's quickly just check it once. Let me click on sort now here. So let me say run. See, this also has no attribute sort. Is it clear? Okay. So this is how you can learn this one. Now, understanding the dictionary with the key with multiple values, right? Till now, whatever we have done is, I mean, all with single values, we have done that one. Okay. So now let's try to do with multiple values. Okay. Let's quickly see here. I'm just declaring wave fruits like apple, banana, and orange, and then vegetable, potato and tomato, and dairy, milk, curd, ghee, and butter, and then eatables. When I say eatables now, I'm just assigning fruits. I'm just giving the variable name fruits. Okay, and vegetables. And yeah, one important thing I need to tell you: whenever you create a key, and you always use the capital letter for the key values. Okay, I mean the variable. I mean that key, whatever the key you are defining. So it is, you can easily understand that. Okay, this is the key we are representing. Okay, so that you are, I mean the capital and this one two are in a totally different meaning it all together. Since you are putting it inside a single quote, it understands that is a key. Okay, and then vegetables, and then dairy. Okay, so I'm just putting it here. And when I say print, it should print all of them, right? So let us try this one. Whatever we have written it here, let's try. Right? Fruits, vegetable, dairy. I mean, you also notice that it is a list, it is a set, and this is a tuple, right? And then finally, I'm just trying to print eatables. So you see it here. You will get the key value pair, right? You can see it here. That's how it comes. Okay, vegetables you can see, and then dairy. Okay. Now, suppose I can also put eatables straight away like this. Also, I can just put it here. Let's try this one. What it means. Simply put eatables equal to without the names of it, right? Eatables. I'm just saying run. So here what happens? It is a list, right? It is a list of, I mean, inside a list again set, and also you will find tuple also there, and all will come. But entire thing is created inside a list. That's what you are seeing it here, right? And here now I can just easily print. You know, when I say print eatables one, that means what is the one? The one. So now let's the same thing we'll be doing it. Whatever we have done with a single key pair, you will be doing the same thing. Okay. So you can practice all of them. You will not find any difference, even though the number of items inside are different. But for a particular, I mean, how many key value pairs are there only you will be looking at in the length. Okay, not by the number of items that you are seeing it here. Okay, there is one key fruits is one key value pair, vegetable is one key value pair, and dairy one key value pair. So that's why you'll find length as 3. And then you know this is a type of a dictionary, and then index is not supported, count is not supported, you know. Okay, so I suggest you to practice this with multiple keys, keeping this example. Okay, variable as x. Okay. Okay. The next. The same way we have looked at that index expression of x, we see that it will not work. And but if I want to get the particular fruit, okay. So for example, here print x of fruits. X is there, fruits when I'm saying it here. Okay. So then apple, banana, and orange will be printing it here. Even like the previous one, get of fruits, when you say whatever there, the both will return one and the same. Okay. But here, if you see it here, I'm just declaring a value. Let's try this one for your example. Okay. So I'm just taking this example here. So now what I'm interested to do here is I just declare a variable called y. That variable will give me x of fruits. You know what is x of fruits? You will be getting apple, banana, and orange. Okay. But what it is the form of this one? This is a list. Okay. So it will get you as a list now. Okay. First you print y. Then we'll just understand what it means by print y of 1. Okay. So let print simply y. Then you will find the difference. So now you see it here. Let's run this. So y is nothing but apple, banana, and orange, right? And then print y of 1. So y of 1 is which one? I mean, within this, what is y? Y is the apple, banana, orange. And what is 0? This 1. So the banana will be printed, right? So that's how we can practice it here, okay? Okay, so next, so the same thing, we are now trying to do the insertion, update, doing the update and removing of the items and removing of the item at the end and removing of the value using the pop method you are doing and then all the items. So it is same as what you have done earlier. Okay. So only you can just see it here. Even though it is multiple values are available, I will still be able to add. Okay. I'll just take only this example so that you will understand now. So now see, I just have fruits and vegetables are available. Now I just want to insert pulses because you know pulses is not available as a key value. And you see it here, that is the only thing you understand the syntax, it is very easy here. So x of pulses, it is the key, I'm just defining it here. And this key contains oats and lentils. So as a list value, I'm just putting it here. Okay, now if I print it x, what will happen? Now this pulses also added to that and see. Right, you can see it here now. The pulse is also getting added into this. Okay, so now that, and we already know that, I mean, suppose we want to update pulses, but only one value. So it is nothing but, again, you do the same thing, it will get updated itself. Okay, instead of lentils, suppose we want to, for example, now already available. So I'm just doing it again. You see, I'm just repeating the same thing, but I'm just removing this extra value. One value only, I'm just giving it here. Now you see, I should be able to get it. You can see now pulses, it is only words, only one item only available. Okay, so like this you can do delete. If you want to delete and you give the key name. Okay, so what is the key name you want to give? You give that one. And pop is not supported, but pop of particular key value if you give, you will be able to get that one. And that item will be removed, then you can see that. Okay, and then finally you can clear all, you can do, right? So the same thing, whatever you've done with single key value, you can do with multiple, I mean, key with multiple values. Okay. Select question one, not the first one. 0. The second item is this one. So it is 1, 0, and 1 position. So potato and tomato, it's getting printed. Are you getting it here? So I mean, this is only just only how it will be shown in a list. But this is only how you will see it in a key with multiple value pairs. Okay, just only to give you the differentiation. Okay, and then next, the same thing. And the sorting is not supported, reversal is not supported, right? And maybe sorting when it's not supported means ascending and descending order also is not supported. So that's what you need to understand it with dictionary. Okay. Then now let me come to the, like we have learned in a list tuple and set also that nested list, nested tuple and all, we have seen that one. The same way we can have nested dictionary also. Okay, so how do we do the nested dictionary here? So let's quickly take an example here. Okay, so student details is the table, we have it here. Okay, and these are student ID, student name, class, section. These are all the keys that you are having it, and for each of the key you have a value. For example, a value of 0 is the student ID 001, 002, the student name Rishi, Kamal, and which is out there in the same class and then in different sections. Okay, and I also have, for example, their subject, what are the subject? Math, science, English. Math, science, English. That means I'm treating each one as a key again. And it has a value. Maths subject as a key, it has a value of 90 marks. And science, 80 marks. English, 85 marks, you'll have it. Right? I hope it is clear. Okay. So this is again a key value pair. Okay. This is I'm just treating it like the way student ID is a key here and this is the value. And math subject is a key value here, but the mark will be it's a value. Sorry, it's a key and is the value. Okay. So now let's quickly create this. How to create that? Okay, just remember this Rishi and Kamal, and then the subject, the marks. How do we put it in nested dictionary? Okay, let's go to the next slide. You can see it here now. So here, if you look at it here, I will declare the variable name as student detail. Okay, and I have students as the variable. Okay, and then because the I mean here I just clicked on what is the student name. I'm just selecting it here, and the students. In that, what is I'm assigning here is Rishi and Kamal, the two students. I'm just taking it here. Rishi is the key now here, and Kamal is the key now for me. Okay. Then now what I'm doing for Rishi, enter as the subject and what is the subject maths is the key value pair. And then what is the mark is scoring it. You will see this one. Okay. And Kamal as a student, and then the subject you are taking it here maths, and then marks you are taking it here 80. So that means so the each subject you are assigning a key, and then marks again it's a key, and then the value are associated with that. Okay, so just make a small correction here. So all these things are keys only. So okay, all these things are keys only, and whatever you are getting is these are all the values. Okay, so now the subject, I'm just keeping maths as a subject and then giving it here 90, and science as a subject, I'm just giving it here. Okay, so now okay, so now that's what example you are seeing it here now. Okay, so now subject maths, I'm just assigning it. Marks 80, I'm just giving it here. Kamal again, I'm just giving it here, and you see it here. Here this is ending, and here the opening here, and then you're closing the bracket here, and then you can see it here. These two gets aligned again, and then where you started the dictionary object, opening bracket and closing bracket, right? So that's how the structure will be. I mean, your initial days, you try to write it like this so that you will not have a confusion with the number of brackets that you are using it here. Once you become experienced, you can be able to write it like this. Okay. And now it is once it is done, so you'll be able to print it and then get the values. Okay. So let's quickly do this one. Okay, I'm just copying it here. I'm just going it here. So now the student details is my variable name. Okay, and my students, this is the one single key. I'm just using it here, and then I'm just going with the name Rishi Kamal. I'm just going it here and then trying to get it here. So now I need to do print. Okay, so print student details. I need to put that one. Okay, so the entire content will be getting printed here. No, right? Hope you are able to follow. Okay, so this is how we need to follow the syntax. Typically, it will be expected to be done like this. Okay, so you'll see that now. So you'll have better clarity. Okay, so how these nested dictionaries are being used, and where is the application as you move towards your future learning. Maybe there are a lot of interesting topics. You'll also learn data frames in Python. You'll be learning that. Or when you're working with the databases, there is something called NoSQL database. So there also this key value pair will be very, very useful. You will be doing that. Okay. At this point of time, understanding the basic concept is more important. Okay. So don't worry much about how to use it and all. You will come to know it. Okay. Okay. So now let's look into the next one. Now, here is a quick summary of our learning. So far, we have learned about list, tuple, set, and dictionary, right? So, you know the identification here. List is identified with the square bracket, tuple is the round bracket, and then set is the flower bracket, and similarly, dictionary also flower bracket. But because internally you will have a key value pair, based on that, it is easily identified. And you get this the key characteristics we learned it, right? Whether it is indexed or not. So you will just see yes, but set it is not indexed, so you will not be put it in order. Okay, but dictionary using only key only you will be able to do that. And then whether it is immutable or not, whether you are able to add, insert, remove, or modify, all the things are available, right? So that is only possible in a list and dictionary. Okay, so in dictionary there is nothing called append. It will be just only inserting it. Okay, and then duplicate whether possible. So you can see it here on list you can have duplicate values, tuple you can have duplicate values, set even though you are entering duplicate values, but it will return always only unique values only, right? In dictionary you cannot have because keys are primary. Okay, and then reverse, whether you can do reverse performance only in list you can do, and other things. So like this is the counting part, and the length across all the things you'll be able to see, and what is the type of it, it will remember. Okay, and in terms of dictionary you need to remember that it is a key value pair, right? So like this, when this table will help you to quickly understand the overall thing, so that accordingly you can prepare yourself. Okay, and also there is one interesting part actually which was missed out in the previous session. Okay, so that is nothing but the type conversion part. Okay, so like in Python, the variables are, the not, the type of variables are not specified initially, right? That's what we all learned it. So that means, for example, x equal to 10 means that Python understand that it is an integer, and y equal to 20 means it understand that it is a string. Similarly, z equal to India means it is string, and a equal to within the quote if you are giving, then Python understands that this is a string only. Though it is a number, it understands a string. Okay. Now here the real-time example which is given here. So now if we have to get, for example, I want to add x plus y, will I be able to add? I cannot add. Why I cannot add? Because these two are not of the same data type. That means a not is number data type, it is not there. Because this is a string, this is a thing. So you will get a type error here. But suppose you are converting, okay, x to string. I repeat it here, you are converting x to string. Then what will happen? Okay, how do you convert it first? X, I mean, in front of it str, if you are giving it here, then that is converted into, you can see it in str of whatever the value. Okay, so that is how we are doing it. So str of x and just means it is converted into string. So the string plus string, I can do that. That means 10 and 20. These two combined to the 10, 20 only it will come. It is not 30 again because it is a string only, right? And then here, suppose I have z here. So suppose if you want to add x and z, so that means 10 is an integer, but I want to convert into a string. That means I'm just str of x, I'm just putting it here, plus z. 10. Then what will happen? 10 India. That's how it will get it. Right? So the simple thing you need to understand it, str of whatever the value you are giving, that will be always written in string format, data type. Okay. Similarly, int of whatever the value you are putting it here, it will be converting that into integer type. Float of means it is converting into float type. So now you can just let's try this. Maybe you can understand more about it. Okay. So now let's take this same example. I'm just copying it here. Right. So now let's try this. So the three cases you see what is the output you are getting it here. In the first case, it is failing because you cannot type error because intent string you cannot be doing that operation. Okay, so that's why the first one is failing, and then now removing it here. So now I'm just taking the str of x. That means I'm converting the first one into string. Then I'm just adding it to y. So you can see 10, 20 it comes. So here 10 India it comes. Is that clear? So now let's take the same thing, but I'm just converting into a different format. You can see what is the outcome. So now you look at it, y plus z. What is y? Y is 20. Z is what? India. There is also both of them are string. Obviously, you'll be able to perform it. Okay. Suppose now x value, it is integer, but y is a string. The string I can convert into integer. So now what I'm doing, integer of what are the value is there, I'm just converting it here. We converted that. So now you can see the result. Since it is now converted into integer, then 10 plus 20 it becomes 30. Okay, is that clear? Now next go with the float part. Okay, then example, same example. You see it here. So now x plus a. What is x is 10. A is what? 10.5. Will it work? It will not work, right? It will throw an error. Okay, so I'm just removing that now. And then now x plus a want to do that x a, but what I'm doing is, since it is a string now, I'm just converting the string into float. So what I'm doing, float of a, I'm just giving it here. So that means what, the a is getting converted into float, x is an integer, even integer and this one both are number format only, so it can support. So you can just see the answer now. It is 10 plus 10.5, it is 20.5. Okay, are you getting it here? So that's how it will be done, the type conversion part. Okay, so always understand that converting to a string, you will be using this, converting to integer, you will be using this, converting to float, you will be using this format. Okay, and then you are not stopping, because even you all know that by now, list is a data type and tuple is a data type, and then also the set also a data type, right? That means I should be able to even change that type also, right? I should be able to change a list to a tuple, tuple to list, or tuple to set also, right? So let me do that now and then see how I'm doing that. Let's go to the next example. Okay. So now I just taken a few, here you can see it here. List of whatever the value you are giving it here, you are converting into a list here. Okay. And convert tuple of, so what are the value you are passing, you are making it a tuple. What are the value you are passing, you are converting into a set. Whatever the value you are passing, you are converting into dictionary also possible. Okay, and once you are done with that, you can easily perform other operations as well. We will see how to do that with an examples here. Okay, so let me copy this. All right, so we have now, for example, subject. It's all the English, math, science is given. These are all inside in a tuple. Right? Marks I'm just giving 70, 100, 90, but I'm just putting it in a list. And then my result, I'm just giving my result. So that is nothing but English 70. English, I'm just giving a value string. And then here 70, I'm just giving it a value, but I'm just putting it inside a tuple. And similarly, but this is also a list. Okay. And maths, maths 100, I'm just giving it here. And then science 90, I'm just giving it here. Okay, these are all list only now. Okay. Now you see how we can convert from one to other. Okay. Now, for example, what I'm doing now. Now print. This is a list. So I'm sorry, tuple. I'm just converting into a list. What subject? Subject. I'm just converting into a list and then printing it here. Now you see it here. The output will be in a list format, right? This is what you are seeing list type. Are you getting it here? So now do the same thing. Now because it is a tuple, I can try to do it in set also. So I'm just instead of list, I just change it to set and you run it. And math, science, English. Again, you know by now the set as always has the property of putting the things in the random order, not the same order as what you have seen, right? Okay. And then tuple. Now, for example, marks is there here, right? 70, 100, 90, I'm just having it here. Okay. But it is in list. So list I should be able to convert into tuple. That's what I'm just doing it here now. Right? Inside a tuple, 17. Okay. But now that you see it here, I have a subject, I have a mark. English 70, maths 100, science 90. Like that I have a combination now. Right? That's what I'm just putting it here now. Right? Okay. Again one more list. So now I want to convert this into a dictionary. How do I convert it? Okay. So I'm just taking the same my result. My result. You know, to convert into a dictionary, you need the key values, sorry, keys, and also the values you need to have. Okay. So now what happens? So it is identifying that the first things are all key, and the second one values are value. I mean, are values. That's what it understands, and then it creates you a dictionary. You can just see it here now. You see English 70, maths 100, science 90, but you put it, it has put it in a, I mean, key value pair approach, right? So it has converted that. Okay. And then very interesting, one more thing you need to learn is you would have seen like how do I make like forget about the you have known about my result part it right like, combinedly I want to get it. How do I get it? Very interesting property, you can see it here. There is something called zip. Zip of subject and marks. Okay, I'm just giving it here. Okay, subject I have a variable here. Marks I have a variable. And it has the value. When it says zip, 1 to 1, it converts. I mean maps it. Okay, zip when I say 1 to 1, English to 70, maths to 100, and science to 90. Okay. When you print it, you can see very interesting one. Zip subjects and marks should come. Okay. So once they're done, but I need to convert into a data type. Sorry, I just removed that dictionary part now, right? So what I do is it can be zip up. I need to put either I can put list. Let me say put it as list. Okay, list of zip. I'm just doing it here. So now you can see run it. You see English 70, math 100, science 90. It has done it, right? This is the way one way you can do that. Suppose let's straight away I can just make it as dictionary. You see how quickly I'm able to do set up variables, how I'm able to convert into a dictionary easily. You see, now I converted into a dictionary value because the first one is and all taken as a key and the second one is taken as variable. Okay, so this is how we'll be able to convert different options. Okay, and these are all the things when you get into the real life projects, you'll be knowing how to make use of these type conversions. Okay, it's very, very important one. First of all, you need to understand each and every unique type of data types and their key characteristics you need to know. And then the whatever the types it is coming up, suppose how do I convert it to the way I want to use it. So these are all the some tips and techniques you would have learned by now. Okay. So now let's get into the next one. And one more interesting part. In our previous module, we learned about days. I'm just for the benefit of the people, because the type conversion we introduced just now. So I just wanted to make sure that I repeat it so that it will be easy for all of you to understand what was explained in the previous session. Okay. So let's take X is a list of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and Y is a list of, okay, let me put the pointer now, and Y is 2, 4, 6, 8, and purposefully I'm just giving a value 5, which is here. Okay. Okay, let's now try to, for example, addition. I want to add these two. When you say add these two, what it means, whatever the value is available here, whatever the value is available here, all will be added and then put it into a single list. Okay, that's what the meaning of that. Okay, so when I'm doing it straightforward addition, you can see it here 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 5. So all things are added here. Okay, and this addition is not supported for set. Okay, so now I'm just asking you a question, why it is not supported. Okay, I don't want to give the answer to you guys. I just want you to either you make use of ChatGPT or you try to find why it is not resulting it. The basic concept is already explained. Okay, so if you understand the concept, you'll be able to do. Of course, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me. Okay, right. So now let's get into the difference part of it. What is the difference here? When you say difference, like you have X value, Y value. When you say difference, whatever the values that are not available. Okay, I mean X, for example, X is the value available. From here, you are taking out the values which are not available. So here, is it 2 available in X? No. So that means you are not considering that. Is 4 available there? No. Is 6 available? No. Is 8 available in X? No. Then what is available? 5 is available? Yes. Right? So that means the value 5 which is available in Y and X, so you are removing that, the result will be 1394. You are looking at it. Right? That means you are removing only the items from X only. That's what you need to know that. Okay, if it is available only, you are removing in Y only, you are removing that. Otherwise, you don't remove that. Okay, that is the concept you need to understand. Okay. Now we have union. Union means all the items in X and Y, but the common items will not be repeated. It is only shown only once only. Okay. Whereas in addition, you see it is repeated. Okay, and these are all typical interview twist questions we'll be getting it here. Okay, so you need to always understand that in union you are only taking the unique values of both X and Y. Okay, in addition you are simply adding all the elements, nothing will be left out. Okay, right? And then intersection. So intersection we know which is common for both of them. So 5 is common, so that is the only. And then there is something called symmetric difference. You learned about difference. What is symmetric difference? Symmetric difference is that, okay, what is common in both the things, okay, that will be excluded and the remaining will be considered. Okay, in other words, I mean, what is the intersection of these two? The intersection of these two will be 5. Okay, and what is the opposite of intersection? Other, whatever is commonly available, beyond that, whatever is available, you are taking it. So there is nothing but symmetric difference. Is that clear? Okay. So this is when you need to understand. So that's why you will see that here 5 it is commonly available. Other than that, all the values you'll find it here. Okay, result it gives. Right. Now you can see it here. And you are all these perform operations if you have to perform, you can not straight away perform between x and y. Okay, so it will be showing. We'll see, try it, and then we'll I'll explain you why it is not done quickly. So let's first copy this. Okay, x and y. I just copied that. Now I just want to find out the result of x plus y. You can see it 1 3 5 7 9 2 4 6 8 5. You will be getting it straight away, right? The next one, I'm just trying to find out the difference. Okay, but to find the difference, I cannot straight away use x minus y. Okay, okay, let me try. I mean, let me do that one. Let me comment it here first to explain you. Okay, let me take a equal to x minus y. If you give this one, it cannot do that one because for list type you cannot perform minus. Okay, that means what is the alternative? I am just converting into set that list into a set and then I am performing that. Okay, so x I'm just changing it to set and y also I'm just setting it to set. Then I'm trying to print it. So result equal to list of a. What, because this is set, now you know that output will be set only will be getting it here, but I want to get it as a list and that list will be my final result. You can just see it here, right? You can get 1397, right? And then union, you know, it is addition of both things. I'm just doing it here now. So when you say union, it is you are just giving a simple pipe symbol here. Okay, so it treats it as union and it does it. And nothing but an and symbol, right? And then intersection is nothing but the, sorry, this is nothing but not and symbol, it is an or, right? Or, that is union is or, and intersection is ampersand you will find. So you can just see it here. I can run. Is that fine? Okay, good. Then the same way, the symmetric operations, whatever I just want to do. Okay, so any data types I need to convert into set and then only I will be able to perform it. Okay, for example, tuple is there also. I cannot perform for the tuple also. Okay, so you can experiment it and then you can come out with your own understanding. Okay, because my intention is to not to give each and everything spoon fed. I want you all to have a, I mean, curiosity to learn and experiment yourself, and so that you will be able to reinforce your learning without somebody telling you to do these things. Okay. Okay, now I'm just copying this. Now the symmetric is nothing but you are just only upward arrow, you are just selecting that and then run. So whatever is common other than that only will be printed. So 1, 3, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 5 is not available. Okay, that's what you are seeing it here. So try the same thing with tuple and set. Okay, and then you also let us know why some of the things are not supported, and you can explain the reasons also. Okay. I'll be more happy if someone is able to come back to me after experimenting it and explaining me the right answer. That means I really appreciate that you have taken this training more seriously for your own betterment. Okay. So with this, we are completing the dictionary module. Okay. And now let's get into the dictionary data type. Now array, we are getting into that. And you might be wondering why I'm not treating array as a data type, and but I'm just calling it as a module, right? And one more thing we all need to understand that array is not a data type in Python. Okay, that's why you will not find out in the data types category array. Okay, but why array? There is a module created in Python itself, and similar to list, tuple, and other things, there is a thing called array. So that arrays, because their arrays will be more faster than the list itself. Okay, they can give better results as well. Let's say arrays are being used, but they are not a data type by itself. Okay, so they are just only a module in Python. Okay, and I'm just only bringing this array module in under this particular category only because there is a similarity in the approach whatever we are following so far. That's why I'm just explaining it here. Otherwise, there is a separate section itself we have on Python modules. Okay, so in that we will be explaining more about how to make use of modules and all. Okay, but if, since it is more relevant at this point of time, so I just want to cover it up here. Okay. But again, I'm just repeating it here. Array is not a data type. Okay, that you need to remember because it's also one of the typical interview questions you'll be finding it. Okay. So now let's quickly go through this. So let's quickly understand what is an array and what is the difference between list and an array. Okay. And then how do you access array elements? So what are the array elements? You'll be accessing that. And then there are few operations we can perform like length of an array, the mutability or not, that is whether you can change, update or insert, delete and all. Then addition of arrays. Okay, that's what we are seeing now. The list of we are adding a plus x plus y, the same similar thing whether I can do. And then slicing, like you will know how to take the do the slicing of the elements in the list if we want to see only the third item to fifth item or the complete items after third. We have done all things right. That kind of slicing how we can do, and then sorting whether it is a reverse order or ascending or descending. So how do we do that? Okay. So quickly get into array part. Array is basically a data structure. It is not a data type which can hold more than one value at a time. Okay, it is similar to list, tuple, and set. Okay, so it can hold more than one type, and it is a collection ordered series elements of the same type. So array is very interesting is that it can have only a data of same type. Okay, we have seen list can have uh, any data types inside that. Even we would have seen dictionary also, we have seen that one. And even in a tuple also, we have seen that it can have any data types. But only set can have only one data type. Okay, especially it can have only either the number or the, the number or the string data type only. it cannot have a tuple list inside that, right? Now this is the key characteristics of an array. So mutable. So we all know mutable means changeable. The elements can be changed after the array is created. So once you create it also, you'll be able to change that one. That is called mutable, right? Ordered. So elements can be like since they may have index number for each of them, so you can just order them. The elements maintain their order and can be accessed by index. That means each element will be associated with index position 0, index position 1, index position 2, like that. It is maintained order. So that means you'll be able to access them also. And then fixed type, all the elements need to have will be of the same data type. Okay, at the time of array creation, whatever you followed, the same thing will be followed, and you cannot have different data types in the, okay, and we will see that. And then dynamic size, as we know, it can increase, you can reduce, whatever you want to do. And then indexed access, elements are accessed using the integer indexes starting from 0, that's what we all know. And then efficient memory usage, more memory efficient than list for larger array of numerical data. So that's why arrays are widely used. Okay, because that's one reason also to it. Why arrays are very more memory, efficient memory usage, because you are using the same data type. So that is one advantage of that, right? So here is the quick difference between list versus array module. Okay, if you're still interested to compare with other things also, you can do that one. Okay, you can make use of ChatGPT and you can find the differences. Okay, so you can compare on the different features. For example, mutability, list also mutable, array also mutable, and you can order it. Here also you can order it. Element can contain mixed data types, but you can have only fixed data types. That is the only key difference here. And then size in both the cases, you can increase or shrink. And based on the index number, you can access the values also. And it is less memory efficient and whereas more efficient for numeric data. You can see very particularly numeric data. That statements are very important because again, entry part of it will be more important for you. And then arrays has, extensive built-in functions are there, but also list, but array has a limited things. And it has a multi-dimensional, that means the list will be always one dimensional only. Okay, that means in XY direction only you cannot have it. Okay, but whereas arrays also is a single direction, but then what it means by multi-directional, that we'll be learning in data frames or NumPy, we'll be learning them. Okay, and the performance list will be always slower for larger numeric data, but whereas it's faster for larger numeric data. Okay, and then usage complexity is very simple cases you can use it, but it is simple and limited cases. Advanced operations are limited both the cases, and in the library requirement it is not it is a built-in. Okay, and array also built-in. And example creation, for example, we know list 1 2 3, you will have array, you will have array dot array anyway, I'll explain what it means. This is a way to create an array. Okay, so now let's quickly understand how to create an array in Python, arrays in Python. Okay, and don't worry much about what are these module and all those things. We have a separate session on the modules itself. Don't confuse between the module number, what module 1, module 2, module 3, whatever I've been telling to you, and the module in Python. So module 1, module 2 and all, it is only the session we are looking at it. Here we are looking at the Python programming module, will be having it. So we'll explain that. Okay. So a module can be created in three different ways. Okay. So one is about the without alias as it is. That means you will be importing a module and you are giving the name of the module. Okay. And then you are accessing it. That is one way of doing it. So that means you are just creating a variable called A. A is nothing but an array. And so that module name you are giving it, and then you're constructing that arrays model thing. Okay, so you are doing the constructing array part of it, and then you are constructing the first one here. It indicates it is an integer type. The data type, what it is an integer, and then you will see all the integers are available here, and these integers are shown in, I mean, list type, right? So that's what you are seeing it here. So this is a typical syntax of creating an array. Okay. So now please simply say print A, then your array will print it to you. Anyway, we'll see that one. And since you are just now you see that I, if we put it here, it will become integer. And if I see D, it is double. The double is nothing but the float. You'll be using it here. Okay. I just want to tell you that this array is nothing but the name of the module, array module. Okay, because you're importing the array module, that name we are just giving it here. Okay, and this array is nothing but it is a constructor. That means like how we are using list tuple set of, you're giving it here, same way that is the constructor you are doing it here, array constructor. Okay, and this one is nothing but your type of data. This is one way of doing it. The second one method is using alias. Alias means you can see it here, import array as ARR. You are giving a short name to this module. Okay, and ARR you are just giving it. There is an alias name you are giving it here. Any name you can use it here. Okay, okay. I'm just simplifying it. ARR, the short name, I'm just using it here. And instead of writing every time the full name of the module, so like array dot, you are putting it here, right? I can use the alias name now. ARR dot. I'm just using it here. That is only different, nothing else. Okay. The third method is using star. That means you are importing all uh, the methods in that particular module. So that means from array import. Star means in whatever the array module, all the things you are importing it here. Okay. So then A equal to array, and the things remain same as it is. You are straight away, there is nothing like the module name, you are not putting it here, array dot, because you are just only putting array directly here. Okay, you are just only constructor will be there and the data type will be there. And you are simply printing it here. Don't worry, we'll be learning much in detail about that. At this point of time, let's take a simple example. The second case we will use it. This is alias name, which will be more commonly used, right? Okay. So now let's quickly print it and see what it means so that you will have an understanding about it, right? So all that you need to do is import array. You need to do it here to use the array module. Import array. I'm just copying that. And it is already commented, so just let me copy the entire thing. Is that clear? Now you see import array. I'm just giving it here, right? Import array when I'm giving here array, as I said, this is a module, and this array is nothing but a constructor that is to define what is the array. Okay, and is the data type we are using it here. Okay. And I'm just commented and the entire content here. I'm just only directly printing now. You can see it here, it is of array type. So that means when I'm able to do this one, let us try with the data type what it happens. Okay, print type A. You can see it here, it is array dot array. Okay, so it is just only putting it as array dot array means it is a module in that array type it is showing it. That's what the meaning of that, right? Is it clear? So now let's quickly go through the remaining portion of our presentation. So this is a quick reference for you. I mean, like we have used I, right? Here, I we used it here. And also D also can be used. But what are all the other things that they can use? I just given you a quick reference to all to you. Okay. So for example, the show small I we used it here. That means signed integer. Okay. So represent in 2 or 4 bytes. And it is the capital I if you are putting it here, unsigned integer. So unsigned integer means it is not plus than minus. Without that, you'll be using it here. Okay. Similarly, long, unsigned long, and long you will be having unchained long. Okay, these are all the type you will be using it here. And similarly, float you can use the F, or double you can use it here. So when you say double, it is capable of double the size of the typical float. Okay, so you can just go through all of them, and based on the need, you can make use of that. Okay. So now till now, whatever you have done with the list, tuple, set, and dictionary, let us perform all these things again. Then you know what are the things are supported in array and what are things are not supported in array. Okay. So now let me directly go to that exercise so it will be easy for you to understand. I'm just simply taking import array as array, and I'm just creating array of I just given certain values 135 24 612. That's what I'm just giving. I given purposefully some duplicate values. One I just repeated it here, and two also I repeated it here. Okay. And now let's see how does it now print x if you means it will be returning that value, right? So that's what I'm just doing now. Print x. Was that clear? You can see it here. It is array of the same values that is getting printed. Okay. I mean, you may ask, can I use instead of list? Can I use tuple? You try that. You run it here now. You will see it is still supported. Are you getting it here? But okay, but it is printing it as list only. That's what interesting part. That means you may ask again whether I can use it as a set. So let me give set now. But still again it is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see now you understood the property of set now, right? The duplicates are now no more available. That means 1 and 2, which is there, it is not there. And it doesn't maintain the same order in which it was created. It is creating its own order, random order. It is unique property of set, right? So that's what you need to understand it. Okay. So that's why again and again repeating it here. Please understand the fundamentals of each of the type, and you will be able to do wonders. Okay. And then now let me put it again back to the list itself for our rest of our exercise. Okay, now I'm just say what is the length of it. So that the length, length will be returning the number of items. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are there. It should be returning 8. Right? We already seen what is the type means. Okay, well let's redo it. So now let me try what is type. You can see array type, right? And then I just want to get the index position, the index. What is the index of item number 5? Okay, index of item number 5. Okay, so what is the index of item number 5 here? 0, 1, 2. So 2 it should be returning it here. So we can just see now. Sorry. So you can see it here. Now suppose I have 2 here. Suppose if we give the number 2, so what is the value it will return? Because you have two 2's are available. As we have, again the same principle holds good. The first instance question only will be returning it here. So now 2 is in 0, 1, 2, 3 position. So you can do that. Are you getting it here? Okay. Then counting. So count 1. Your 1, how many times it is there? Okay. I'm just trying to check it here. It should be 2 times, right? Let's see it here. Right? 2 times it is available. So now here, interestingly, all the things are working. Okay. Similar to list only. There is no difference. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. So here, let us take the same example. Okay. And now let's do the slicing part, right? Slicing we know now by now, right? I mean, getting the particular element position or the range of elements, right? That's what we are actually doing it. So let us quickly do it here. Okay. And you will not find any difference between list and array. Okay. Sorry. Now, whatever the value I'm just trying to get it, you can just see. I mean, fifth position, what is the item should come? Then 0 to 4, 4 to 7, 4 to 13, minus 3, 2 minus 2, and or the initial value is not given, only the end value is given, or initial value is given, the end value is not given. Okay, all these scenarios, it will work same as I mean, this will work same as the list whatever you have seen it here. So I'm not going to explain in detail. Okay, you can just check it whether it is properly doing or not. Okay, and there's one interesting part. It will be here is the reverse part. We are seeing it right. So when you say like this, it will be reversing it right. You all know by now. So when I do this one, you can see it here. But it is recommended that don't do this operation with arrays because it will consume more memory. Okay, this is also one of the point you need to remember. Okay, and then now let's quickly take the other example, the simple version of that. I'm just importing it. Okay, so now let us perform all the operations like append, insert, right, updating the value, removing at the particular index particular value, and the pop, and then pop at the particular index position, and then extend, and then you'll also doing about the clear part, right, removing all the items, and then and sometimes you can also, I mean, clearing is not directly supported. So in that case, what we'll be doing is we'll be just making it as a empty array. You'll be setting it here. So that is all some changes I need to explain to you. Okay. So let us take this example, right? 13579. That is what a value I'm just taking it here. So let's quickly do this. Let me do append. Okay. So when you say append, what it will be mean? It will add to that. So what is the value you will be getting now? 11 will be added at the end. So 9, 11 you are adding it. Right? Now, I just want to, that's an interesting part. You have to understand it every time. So now, I want to insert, what is it I want to insert? At the third index position, a value of 6, I want to insert it. Okay, that's what I'm interested. So where is the third index position? 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the third index position. That means just before 7, I want to have the value 6. This is the index position, and it is the value what you want to put it. Okay. So now you can just see it here. 6 is got added. Right? Here you can see it now. Right? So now, for example, I just want to update a particular item. So that means what I'll be doing, the second item, I just want to update it. So now let me do this one. Second item is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 5. The value 5, I want to change it to 4. So here instead of 5, I want to change it to 4. So let's see whether it is changing or not. So you have seen that the value 5 is changed to 4 now. Right? Now, we also have the delete option. You can make use of the delete at the index position, at the position of 3, and you can print it, and also you can a range of items also you can delete it. That is a very interesting part. Okay, like the range of uh, items you can insert, range of items you can update, and you can also range of items you can delete it as well. Okay, but again, what I'm just showing it in all this in yellow color. I suggest you to make use of ChatGPT and try to understand the answer. Okay, is that fine? Okay. Now let me want to I want to remove 9 item 9. Okay, so I just want to you are just specifying the item only, right? So remove 9. I'm just removing 9 should be removed from here. Okay, so let us see whether the output. You can see item 9 is removed here. Okay, now I'm just trying to use pop. So pop will be removing the last item. Okay, so now do remove. So the item 11 is getting removed. Okay, and then extend is nothing but it will add at the end. Okay, so now I'm just adding at the end. 1 2 3, I'm just adding it here. You can see it here. 1 3 4 5 6 7 is there. Again 1 2 3 got added at the end, right? And similarly removing all, I need to do that one. So for that I need to just simply say, and in list what normally we do, print x dot clear means it will clear everything and will print it. But if you see, it is not supported there. Okay, so that means what I need to do, I need to follow, I need to make x value as an empty array. I need to pass it, then it will take care of that. So that is the only thing you need to follow. Now what I'm just doing, I'm just creating an array of empty values. See, I'm not specified only just a type I just defined, but I have not defined any value here, right? I'm just simply run it now. Sorry, this one is not supported below. Just remove it. So now let me run. You can see it here. Now array, there is nothing is there. Okay, you will be getting an empty array itself. Okay, so that is the only difference you will find it here. Rest of things are common only this is the difference. Okay, and by now we need to remember what is remove and pop means. That this is also on a typical interview question, and how to insert multiple items in the middle of an array. So we know how to insert at the end, but in the middle, how do I need to do? Similarly, how to update multiple items in the middle of an array also. So these things again, I just want you to experiment and then get back to me if you have any challenges as well. Okay. Now, like any other data type, so we can also see the sorting part of it in array also. Okay. Let us take the same example. Okay. So now what I'm just doing it here, I'm trying to do the reversal part. Reverse order, we said it will work, but only thing is it is a time consuming part. Okay. So now you can see it here 9 5 7 3 1. It is giving in the reverse order, right? And then when x dot reverse also you can use it. Both the ways you can do. So let us see. Right? You can do see the same thing. And then I want to do sorting, and you can just see it here sorting whether it is supported or not. You will not find sorting directly like in list. It will throw in error, there is no sort operation. Similar, that means the descending also not possible. But wherever it is, the sorting is not directly possible. But you also know that the sorted uh, x, that you will be knowing it, right? So you will that can be possible. So let us look at it now. So what I'm just doing here, x equal to array, I'm just giving it here. And here, what are the x values available? I'm just making it a sorted x. I'm just making it here. So that means when the value comes, it is converted into a sorted array, and it will be again assigned it here. So now you can see whether you'll be able to get or not. All right. You are able to give 1 3 5 7 9. You are able to get the same order. Okay. And if you want to put it in the reverse order, how to get it? Right. So we know that we need to put x reverse equal to true. We need to put that one. That's all. Right. So I'm just copying the same thing. Sorted x, and again I'm just giving reverse equal to true means so it will be in a descending order. It will show. So now you can see. Okay. Is that clear till now? And same way, whatever we have done with list, okay. So you can also do the same thing with arrays as well. I'm just trying to put the same thing. So you have an array, I mean x and y, and I just have the value for x and y. If you can recollect, the same thing we did it in for a list also, right? So the 5 is the one which is common in both the things. Okay. So now let's quickly do all the operations. And first of all, let us see whether I can just quickly add x and y as an array itself. So you notice that it is just adding it up now. 1 3 5 7 2 4 6 8 5. It is coming up. Okay. So let us see whether it is just doing the x minus y result. Okay. Again, you will find array unsupported operand, it says. Okay, then what we need to do? We need to use set. We need to convert x equal to that. You need to convert it as set. Though even though it is an array item, array type you can convert into set. Similarly, y is an array that also you can convert into set, right? And then the resultant array you can just show it here. That's what we are doing now. I'm just converting into same way whatever we learned in set, right? Converting into set of x, set of y, and then the result whatever is there, I'm just converting into array now. So array is of this, what are the set value you are getting it, you are assigning it here, and you make it. So now you can see it will give you the difference of that. So what is the difference? 1 3 5 7, these are all not available here, so you'll be having it here. 5 is available down, so it is subtracted and you'll be getting it here. But since the value it is a set, so it will not be in an order format. Okay. And then symmetric, now you know, by now you know that, because you need to ensure that all things are converted into a set to perform it, and all the operations you will find one and the same. There is no difference. So let us do the symmetric difference. Symmetric difference, by now you know what is symmetric difference. The other than the common one, all will be printed. Okay, the common one is 5. So other than that, whatever is available, all will come in. Right, 5 is not there, rest of things are come. Okay, and now union. Union is all the items, but there is no duplicates. Unique values when it will come. So here 5 is unique. So except that, all will come. Right. Okay, now I'm just running it here. You can see it here. Right. So the union you will not find repeat items. And then intersection is only the common item will come. Right. You can see only the common item of 5 is coming in. Right. So you would have seen it's a lot of similarity between list and array. Only few operations in list is not supported in array. Okay. That's how you need to. But if you try to understand the differences, then you can always remember and keep it. Okay. So with this, we are completing the array module. Okay. And also, I would like to suggest for you to learn some more additional things. I'm just giving you an additional modules also here. I mean, learning purpose, and so that you can go through that if you are interested. But it is not mandatory as well. Okay. So, like there is something called hash table or hash map. You can try to find out what is an hash table and hash map, and how do you perform accessing of items, updating the values, deleting the entries, like that you can do. And also there is an interesting thing is called converting a dictionary into a data frame. You remember I explained to you about in detail about a dictionary. So the dictionary is very important when you are using data frames. Okay, which is a key thing in I mean NumPy or even pandas and everywhere you'll be using that. Okay, and then okay we'll be learning little more about tokens in Python. Maybe possible I'll just cover it up in one of the our sessions. Okay, is that clear? So you can try this and you can go through them as well. Okay, so with this we will be completing the the fourth module. Okay, and with the fourth module we are completing the all the learning related to the data types in Python. Okay, I hope till now you are able to understand whatever is explained to you. And you will I mean whatever you learned so far, please make sure that you also try to check it with other I mean you making use of ChatGPT. Try the same thing with other programming languages. It can be Java or it can be C++, right? Or even R programming also. You can just try it, and then you will find the similarities or dissimilarities so that you can reinforce your learning. Okay. But as a beginners, my suggestion is try to focus completely on Python now. And I just only gave you the idea how to learn multiple programming languages. Okay, but if you're thorough in one, then after that you can do all these things making use of ChatGPT. Okay. So that's all I have it for now, and let's connect again in the next module. Okay. Until then, bye everyone. Have a great day.